What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video, I'm saving the best for last. Yeah, as you can see, I was talking with Steam. He loaded me into this at the start of Act 3 because something was bugged with the GM node, so I couldn't launch it myself. But yeah, he launched me. Here you can see I'm running Actium War Rig with Sweet Business. I really wanted to try this build. It's really nice with Prismatic because I've got that fragment on where you get bonus transcendence energy for like kinetic weapon kills or whatever. So that's perfect for Sweet Business. And then the artifact mods like targeting autoloader and all that ups your damage by 20% as you mow down ads. That pairs perfectly with Sweet Business. Actium War Rig is just going to reload our weapon, even though targeting autoloader also reloads our weapon. But that helps us. Sorry, Actium War Rig is nice on the single targets. Like here, we wouldn't be able to refill our magazine with targeting autoloader, but Actium War Rig has us covered. So this whole build is just about showcasing how fun and awesome Actium War Rig is with Sweet Business. And this season, especially with those two auto rifle mods, plus Overload Auto Rifle. So it was Arc and Solar Surge. So I also went with the old Wendigo with blinding grenades because after Final Shape they took away sunsetting or whatever. So that was fun to run that. It actually didn't hit very hard at all. I don't know if I'm just used to... I don't know. It didn't feel like it was hitting very hard. Like it's got explosive light. So yeah, I'm not sure. I have another Wendigo with auto-loading explosive but spike grenades. So maybe I should test the difference in damage. But yeah, this knight is very annoying. And there, I'm missing my shots. I also have Sniper's Meditation on, as you can see. And that's nice when we get to the boss room. So there, I did only have one explosive light shot, so fair enough. But yeah, didn't feel like it was hitting very hard. But we do take that guy out. And look, we have Transcendence already. So you'll be seeing a lot of Transcendence in this video, which again is perfect for this Nightfall because there's so many ads. And Devil's Lair, it was my favorite strike in D1, and then when it came back, it was the first strike I ever soloed as a GM. So I just really like this strike, so I was so happy that I was able to get a video out before my holiday. I'm literally recording this commentary like 12 hours before I fly, but I did really want to get one up the week it's up. I don't know what the surges will be when you're seeing this, but like I said, it was Arc and Solar. If it's Void, then that's even better. So I have a Void sniper rifle on. That's because of the Void shielded servitors in the boss room. But it doesn't matter because we have anti-barrier sniper, so it makes it overcharged anyways. But my super is not overcharged. Like I'm not getting that 25% surge from my super. So back in the day, some Thrall used to come out of there. So I don't know where they are this time, but then all of a sudden they come out. It's like, where the hell were they? I was waiting for them to come out their usual spawn point. So I don't know if that changed or what. But yeah, anti-barrier sniper, so nice. Snipers are crucial in this Nightfall for a number of reasons, which I'll show when we get there. I guess actually that was doing some pretty decent damage. We had all explosive light shots there. So we have kinetic siphon on. We have, see, and then more freaking Thrall. Like, what the hell? So we have kinetic siphon on, 2 of them because we're going to be getting mostly Sweet Business kills. So here's where snipers are nice because of these friggin' vandals. So it can just one pop them in the head. So nice. And then the blinding grenades are nice because now look, that knight is blinded. So yeah, Wendigo, don't sleep on it. It's really good for GMs. It's the only heavy legendary in the game that can blind enemies. So there we get a nice super off. We would have done even more damage if we had Void Surge, but still respectable damage. It weakens for us. And then there you can see I have resist ×3. That's the other artifact mod. I can't think of it. Not targeting autoloader, but the other auto rifle one. So the longer you lay into an enemy, eventually you get resist. Fucking shield throw. Fix it, Bungie. It's trash. Like, I want to use it, but my god, what is the tracking on it? But anyway, you could see we melt that orange bar wizard, like, super quickly. And then also, the reserves on Wendigo are really nice. I'm holding 25 right there. I guess all GLs are like that, but it feels really strong on something with blinding. Because, yeah, you can use it for utility or damage. So then, now we got the ghost part. Oh, another thing I wanted to say is I have the pulse grenades with Facet of Dominance, so they jolt enemies, and that is so nice in this GM. So of course, the fucking captain blinked through my grenade, and then he almost did it again. But now we're not in a very good position, because I put that shield up. But anyway, we do wind up taking him down. But yeah, that was not ideal. I also should have threw my melee earlier to proc Radiant. But there, so I've got Facet of Dawn as well. That's why I'm running Shield Throw, because you can't get too up close and personal, not with this build. So it's nice to just be able to chuck out a Shield Throw, and then you have 5 seconds of Radiant to just help you deal with champions mostly, or the boss and stuff. So yeah, watch this. That Pulse Grenade, the Jolt, just wrecks everything. So good. There's lots of clusters of enemies in this GM, so it works like a dream. And then I couldn't totally remember all the spawns. So now these dregs are coming up, and look, we just absolutely mow through them. Targeting autoloader ×2, so we're dealing like 13% more damage or something like that. Unfortunately, it went away, but look how easily we can stack it up, because these enemies just come on through. And yeah, we just mow them all down. We're making tons of orbs. Now we're targeting autoloader ×5 and just literally ripping through stuff like it's a regular strike. Like, it's so much fun, man. It's just like, I don't know. There's just something about a Gatling gun, right? With GTA coming out soon. Like, I remember playing Miami Vice. Or Vice City, I should say. Miami Vice. Yeah, GTA Vice City at my uncle's place. And I would just like roll through. So look at that. Look what it does to the captain. Just stuns him, and then he's no threat. Like, that captain can be really annoying. He kind of blinks around. He hits hard. But with the blinding GL, just stop him in his tracks. But yeah, I remember playing Vice City and just like, I was like freaking 10 or 12 years old. Just running around with this Gatling gun in downtown Miami. So much fun. So anyways, we have Transcendence again, which is monstrous for this part because there's so many ads. So we take those wizards out easily, and then once you do that, these ads spawn. So yeah, in the past I'd like drop a Nova Bomb there. No Nova needed, just machine gun. So we take everything out. Then we do our little wombo combo. Of course our shield throw missed. Heaven forbid you suspend something. Yeah, so I would have had Radiant, so we just would have taken him out a little bit easier. But it is what it is. Then I kind of forgot about these knights. And then there's a sniper in the back that you have to be aware of. So that's the guy I'm keeping an eye on. Like, I know I'm shooting these ads up close, but I'm keeping an eye on him, hoping he stays there. And then we can two-shot him. So this is the Fugue 90-something or whatever it's called. It's just a world drop, but I've got autoloading Vorpal, which is literally perfect for GMs, especially with anti-barrier. Every time I pull it out, it's going to be reloaded because of auto-loading. I never have to reload Wendigo because it's got auto-loading. And then Actium War Rig fills up our sweet business, so I never have to reload it. So this is just a pure run-and-gun playstyle. And now we have Transcendent again. We've got some more enemies coming up. So we're just going to pop our Transcendence. I love this. Like, I know the Synthoset build, you can just get Transcendence like crazy because one Consecration melee would like kill all those enemies. But honestly, it's broken. Like, yes, I could take it through this, and it's like, I'll just let Sutek do that stuff. He's better at it than me anyways. I can do it. I've been playing Consecration and Syntho Titan literally since like year 1. Not Consecration, but Synthos. So I know how to play that playstyle. I just find it boring and overpowered. I like to have to think a little. And like, I have 10 times more fun with this build than I do just literally deleting champions and deleting whole rooms of enemies with 1 or 2 consecrations. This stuff is way more fun to me. And honestly, effective. Like, look at it. I got Transcendence back again. Like, it's so good, man. So we get the stun there. I should have popped Transcendence. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Oh, I think I want him in a better position, which is actually smart. I want this captain to come down this hallway so I can actually lay into him and get a good look at him. So luckily he didn't blink through my stuff. Everything's stacked up. It's all suspended, jolted. We get our super off. Again, we would have done more damage if we had Void Surge, but it is what it is. And then, yeah, take him out super easily. Just spamming my abilities. I threw that nade too far. And yeah, we're just going in on this Overload Captain. Gonna proc Radiant, get the Jolt off on him. So that's another thing, like your Transcendence lasts a really long time because you're just constantly dealing damage. If you deal ability damage, I think that reduces your cooldowns more, or quicker. But just dealing weapon damage and stuff and killing enemies extends your actual bar, which is nice. So that Vandal that's back there on the catwalk, he never peaked. So now he peaked. So I'm just going to take down the enemies down low. He's in a good spot. So yeah, he's dangerous. Never forget about him. He used to be able to one-shot you. That's why I like always remember where he spawns. Back in the day before the resilience changes. Like I said, this was the first GM I soloed. Yeah, you don't want to die to him. So anyways, we clean up the last few ads. There's one up top still. You do have to watch for these bombs sometimes also. I've died to them just like exploding on me, which is weird. Yeah, we have tons of ammo. That's another thing with this build. Also, something's messed up with your sniper reserves, so I have way less sniper rifle reserves than I should at only 16. But maybe by the time you're watching this, that will be fixed. Let's hope so. But yeah, anyways, this build is very good for ammo. See, I hate this. That overload wasn't there. I wanted to throw my grenade. And then that allowed these guys to push up, and it just threw off everything because he was hiding, where normally he's just sitting kind of where he is now. So I peeked that corner and he wasn't there, so I didn't throw my grenade because I wasn't sure where he was. That's another reason you want Faceted Dominance. Yeah, it's nice for the ad clear, but it's just... Jolt is just kryptonite on overloads. They used to be the most threatening champion, and I would say they still are, but... Jolt just makes them so easy to deal with. So like that, how that grenade exploded on me, that has killed me in the past. I don't know why, but yeah, it's really annoying. So then here, again, we have a fucked up spawn. Like, hello, Bungie, why is that barrier servitor way in the fucking back? Normally he's up closer. So I threw my grenade, it obviously missed. Now I got the snipers way to my right shooting at me, which is not what you want. Everything's freaking immune. Like, that was a bullshit fucking spawn. So this takes way longer to deal with than it should. Because what you normally want to do, I would have suspended it, deal a bunch of damage. Then once it's out... Oh, and then the fucking tracking goes to the dreg. Yeah, like I wanted to go to the dreg. Sorry, this part just absolutely pissed me off. So once he comes out, I would have stunned him. Then I get hit by one of these snipers on the right. Which made me miss one of my shots. Like, just fucked up that part. All because the barrier spawned like way further back than it should have. Now we got these stupid little dregs. So yeah, what you want to do is just stun that barrier once, and then all those dregs and stuff will be unimmune, and then you can take them out. And then once all the enemies are dead, barrier servitors are like the most non-threatening champions in the game. So that's what I wanted to do. That's why I threw the suspend nade. Of course, he dodges back just as I throw my melee. I wasted my grenade. Like, this whole part was just completely messed up. But it happens. We get through it. But yeah, just very annoying. And then just look at all these pussies too. Like how they hide and stuff. Like, where was his Vandal? Oh, he's hiding back there. And then I know there's one down here. Don't go hiding. And then these drags down here. I just really hate fallen movement. How they just scurry away all the time and they're always just peeking and hiding and stuff. Just lame. But anyways, this is why you want a sniper. Look at this. Just one-shotting all these guys, which you need to do. Because, like I said, it's less important now. But those orange bar snipers back there that I was just shooting used to be able to one-shot you. And then we have this little asshole who's down low, and he just keeps shooting, and that's why I'm missing my shots, because I'm sort of like looking down, like, okay, where is this guy now? But then we get a nice jolt grenade off, and that's going to clean up a bunch of the dregs and a bunch of those enemies there. Now he's jolted, so it's dealing damage to an ad that I can't even see, which is really nice. But yeah, we don't have very good line of sight, so I had to just pace my Wendigo shots there. But Sweet Business is just amazing for keeping overload on, obviously, because you never have to stop shooting, and that's what you need to do with overloads. So yeah, we're able to take that guy out super, super easily, just because we just lay on the trigger with Sweet Business. So now we have a whole bunch of those Vandals dead, which you need to. But then I know there's still some on the right, just from experience. But yeah, make sure you take out all these Vandals before you start really doing anything else. If I go any further, I'm going to spawn a Brig. So that's also why I'm just kind of hanging back here and not like rushing up to kill those Vandals. And then here, if you can get these barrier servitors down, that's also clutch. So I'm getting very close to the location trigger for those Brigs. Try to get a nade. It's just a little short. And then, unfortunately, because the reserves are bugged, I would have just kept my sniper down, but I kind of wanted to just, I don't know. I didn't think I'd have enough sniper shots to take him out, and I need sniper for the Brigs. So yeah, unfortunately, we let the barrier get away because of where he went, and yeah, it was just very, very unfortunate. Here you can see how fast my Transcendence meter fills up, so that's nice. So we're going to check out our stuff. I probably should have, yeah. I should have thrown the super first, because then I would have had Radiant while I was shooting those sniper shots. Maybe it would have saved me one shot, I'm not sure. But yeah, the Twilight Arsenal super is freaking awesome for this part. It absolutely chunked that guy. And now we're just going to go in with Sweet Business. We're getting Transcendence energy. Because it's kinetic, we're getting both bars filled at once, which is really nice. And look at the damage. I was actually shocked. I guess I shouldn't have been. So Sweet Business was actually one of the first exotics I ever got in Destiny 2. And it was actually really good back then because it was such a weapon-based game. And it was a primary that could deal a ton of damage. And that was back when you were in a double primary system, like only heavies could really deal like good damage. So here I do a round of Wendigo just because I'm so low on my sniper. And then we finish him up with Sweet Business. But again, we almost have our Transcendence meter full, which is crazy. But yeah, I was really impressed with how much work Sweet Business put in on that Brig. But like I said, back in the day, it was one of the best damaging weapons in the game, especially for a primary. Other than like Cold Heart, it was probably Sweet Business next. Because Cold Heart, they were trace rifles, but they were actually not in the heavy slot. So now we have this guy move up, and he drops heavy. So I'm in desperate need of sniper ammo, because the Walker, he does telegraph his stuff, but like I said, I didn't have my headset on. So he makes that like whining noise when he's about to shoot his missile. And if you get hit by that missile in a GM, you're just straight up dead. So I like to take him out first before I kind of start advancing and dealing with other things. So yeah, there. That big boom, if that hits you, you're dead. So I'll just speed this up. I go up top. Or maybe I'm still looking for ammo. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have just went up top to take on the Walker. But I guess I come over here to kill some enemies. I don't know. I need to be focusing that Walker. Maybe I wanted to get that barrier servitor down. But finally, I realize it's probably going to be too risky. We come up here. There's those mines still from those guys we killed. There's the missile, so we just completely avoid that. And now this is why you want Sniper's Meditation. Super, super nice for this part. There's a nice little God nade for you. So Sniper's Meditation, we're doing 15% more damage than we normally would have been there. Once we're at 5 stacks. And then we just keep it long enough. And we have Vorpal Weapon. So that's dealing 15% more damage. So yeah, in like 2 mags, look at how hard we hit that guy. And then that skiff comes in. So that skiff has killed me in the past, and it almost kills me in this run, but that was because I was getting greedy. For good reason, you'll see when we get there. But yeah, you do have to be wary of that skiff. Thank goodness these Marauders dropped some special ammo. And again, that's where auto-loading was so nice. You see, I did my rotation. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed that, but I hit double damage numbers. So anti-barrier will actually go through both legs. So you can, if you have the right angle, you can hit both legs at once. So if I had full ammo there, we damn near could have taken that walker out. But yeah, I soloed the Dead Messenger mission last season, or whenever we had, what's it called? Anti-barrier sidearm. I think that was last season. So Forerunner, I was actually able to go through both the Goliath tank's legs. So here, something's hitting me, and I don't know what it was. And I think it might have been a skiff, because, like, I'm protected in the front. And then look at that. I just bail. I thought he was dead. And so that overload freaking gets away. That pissing me off so much. I literally thought it was dead, so I stopped shooting. I probably needed to land, like, one more shot. And now that skiff's coming through again. The overload regened. And then here, I almost die. Because another skiff, like I thought that skiff had went away, and now it's back. But yeah, that shit's annoying. I wish the skiffs weren't in this part, because it just prolongs everything. And like I said, I would have had that overload killed. It was literally 1 HP. But that is a good lesson. Don't overcommit. Like I bailed there. I know I was very low, but that's an experience thing. As you get more experience, you know, like, when you're about to die or when you can hang in there. So like when I bailed, that was pretty much when I had to bail. But anything sooner than that, it was kind of worth standing in because I was pretty confident I wasn't going to die, but I knew it was like nip and tuck. So there, I was a little slow on putting my sniper away, but we just keep Sniper's Meditation, and then we're able to finally kill this walker. So that's a huge threat out of the way. Once the walker's out of the way, you can kind of maneuver where you want down here. So here, we're going to get a Jolt Grenade off on both these captains, which is really nice. Again, Jolt, just freaking lovely. Use our super, because why not? These overloads are making me mad. And then we have that Resist ×3 from the one artifact perk. So yeah, every time you're like facing up with an overload captain, yeah, you still have to be careful and probably strafe and stuff, but you can stand in there because you're taking, I don't know if we have confirmed numbers on it, but probably at least 40% less damage. So that's basically like Sever. And if you're wondering why I'm not running the fragment that severs enemies, it's based on mag size. So I would have to land, and I think it's crits too. So I would have to land like 30 or more crits on Sweet Business before we proc the Sever. And on most enemies, that's just not worth it because they're mostly dying. And then even if it is on like an overload, it's like, well, who cares? So I just didn't run it. So now we got this barrier servitor. Again, I threw my shield throw at probably the worst time I could have. Like, I'm getting nothing out of Radiant here, but whatever. And then you could see I did a huge chunk of damage there, but then his health kind of came back. That's just a weird glitch. When you break barrier shield, like just as they're putting it up, you do more damage. It actually allows Ariana's Vow to one-shot, if you didn't know. But yeah, you also saw like the health bar kind of also comes back. So I don't know if that damage is true or what the deal is or why the game does that, but it's been in the game for quite a while. And then I popped my Prismatic, which maybe I shouldn't have done. I mean, it's nice to take this guy out quickly, but he was kind of the only one around. And then in the next part, I know at the start of the boss room, there's 2 overloads. So it would have been nice to have Transcendence for them instead. So that's a little bit of a time loss because it probably didn't save me any time there, where being able to pop Transcendence on these 2 guys at the start definitely would have saved me time because I could have jolted both of them, and then I could be proccing Radiant with my melees. I'm getting more damage because I'm in Transcendence, 5% more weapon damage or something like that. So yeah, probably just a bad call. So there, we get our Jolt Grenade out, And again, the jolt's so nice because now we can just lay in on this captain and it's dealing damage to the dregs around him. So there, you can see we killed the dreg. Now we're going to proc Radiant. We also stunned that captain behind him because of the jolt. So yeah, even if you don't hit like that enemy with the jolt, if the jolt just jolts something nearby, it will still overload. But yeah, here's what I was saying. Like, this is probably the closest I got to death when facing off with an overload captain, and still wasn't too close. So that resist is like super nice, and it's like tailor-made for this build. I love it so much. It's so much fun to just feel like Duke Nukem and just freaking like just laying on a Gatling gun and just destroying everything. So even without Void Surge, that is some incredible super damage on that boss. I know this boss doesn't have the most health in the first place, but still, that's really nice. And even though we didn't hit the 1/3 on the health bar, it still spawned the servitors. How the hell, let's just rewind this. How the hell does this shield throw not hit? Look at my reticle. Red. Red as I'm throwing the melee. Right on him, and it goes under the shank. How the fuck? Like, Bungie, fix it. That is egregious, man. That is terrible. Oh my god. Like, you can't tell me that was a skill issue, that I missed that throw. Not at all. It was red on my screen. He was right center of my sights, and the shield throw just drops below. Which was annoying, because obviously I'm trying to proc Radiant there. But I digress. And then what's with that? I shoot his shield, it pops, and then once I start doing damage, all of a sudden the shield came back. Like, just weird stuff. That stuff, it's not like a huge deal, but you see it so much in the game, it just gets tiring sometimes. Because it's like, can the game just work, please? So there, it actually popped. And then, yeah, just look at my Transcendence meter and my super meter. Like, look at the super energy we're getting off these guys. Insane. Which is super nice because Twilight Arsenal is really good against this boss too. It helps us get like a decent time. So even though it wasn't Void Surge, I knew that Twilight Arsenal would be the best super for this GM. I mean, it is for most because it's just an awesome super, but like just the way this one's set up, it's great on the Brigs, or at least one Brig, and then it's great on this boss for big chunk damage, and it weakens. There, I totally forgot that there's Exploder Shank spawns, so that was a little sketchy. But the reason I'm coming over here is I just wanted a better angle on that servitor, because sometimes where he's standing, he's like impossible to hit from that little cubby room. But other than that, and the odd enemy that comes into that cubby room, it's pretty much guaranteed safety, which is really nice. It's one reason I love running this GM, because lots of times I'll get to the boss room of a GM and die to some BS. Which, yeah, sometimes it's a skill issue, but sometimes it is just straight, I got BS'd. And it's just frustrating, right? Where with this GM, it's so easy to solo, like as far as GMs go. If you ever solo one, like that's an accomplishment. But as far as GMs go, it's easy. And that is because this is like one of the chillest boss rooms, because all the threats, you can just keep at bay by staying in that room. So here, I do lose out on some damage, because those are resilient dregs, and they'll mess you up in a hurry with their little solar shotguns. So yeah, I probably should have just waited and took out a bunch of enemies and then cast my super, because then I could have got all three axes on them to deal more damage. But with those guys rushing up, I knew, okay, I need to take them out with the super, because they will kill me. So I had the DR while in super, which is nice. That's why I wasn't worried to pop my super. But once they rolled up on me, I knew I had to throw that super at my feet to take them out. So I just whipped that out just because it was coming to an end. So here I should be proccing Radiant first, but I didn't. But it is what it is. And then here again, you can see just how nice the jolt grenades are. They're absolutely fantastic. I love them. There's a Marauder. So back in the day, yeah, they used to be a little scary. Now with this, oh, I also have Galvanic Armor. So I'm getting amplified when I get those jolt kills. So we have DR from Galvanic Armor. I've got Faceted Purpose, so when I pick up an orb, I'm getting Void Overshield, which is 50% DR. You can see I'm getting all this resist from my Sweet Business, from the Artifact mod. So yeah, this build is like truly tanky. That being said, you still can take damage like I did there, but I know these guys are down low, so I'm just going to start going in on them to try to get an orb, because that's going to give me Void Overshield. And I have Recuperation on my boots as well, so I get a chunk of health back. And we have Radiant Orbs, so now I've got Sniper's Meditation and Radiant on that boss there. So I was putting in some huge damage. So that was really good timing. And that's another reason I love this build. It was so easy to make that orb on those drags, because Sweet Business just mows right through them, so Kinetic Siphon. And then I was able to pick it up, and the boss was actually in a really good spot. So there, I totally wasted that first Transcendence Grenade, which sucked, because this is the wave with the overloads, which I kind of forgot about. But we get in position to hopefully jolt him, and there I screwed up again. I should have thrown my grenade first, and then the melee, because now he's not in a very good position. It allowed him to kind of get over a little bit. And then this is why I popped my super, because these captains can just be a huge pain in the ass, because they actually go to the left by like the stairs, and they're really hard to deal with over there. So that's why I cast the super. It was a good super pop in all honesty, because we still have those servitors to take out, and I already showed you how much damage we deal, or sorry, how much super energy we get on Sweet Business. Like, look at it just mow through them, because it was weakened from the Void Axe. So the Void Axe took out its shield, it weakened it, and then we just cut right through the servitor. Now we're getting our Transcendence back, so that's going to make dealing with the other overload that's out really, really easy. This servitor is doing some weird glitchy shit, which is kind of nice, because he's just going to stay there, allowing us to lay in on him. And yeah, like I said, this build is like straight up really good for this GM. Like, not even memeing. I know it's kind of like a meme, like, oh, Sweet Business and Active War Rig, but no, it's actually effective. As you can see, like a sub 40-minute GM. I know people can clear this like way quicker, but I'm not doing speedruns. I'm trying to show off like fun and unique, interesting play styles. Like I said, if I was doing speedruns, it'd be Synthos and Consecration. But yeah, it's honestly just boring to me. Like, I just don't get enjoyment out of it. But as you can probably tell from the way I'm giving this commentary, I get huge enjoyment out of this. Like, it's so fun. And now look, I almost have my super back, because remember I popped it on that first overload captain. So now we're gonna get our super back. We've got Transcendence. So now I just need this overload to show his face, and we're gonna be chilling. And finally he does. So we had our Sweet Business spun up, but I don't like standing there, because if more ads come in, or the boss with his Void Blast, he can hurt you. So sadly, I didn't get around in time, but he blinks to a good spot, and now we're able to. So I was about to use my Wendigo, because I was like, okay, I haven't used it, but I'm like, nah, for the video, we'll melt this last champion with the Sweet Business, because that's what I'm here to show off. So yeah, we could have taken him out a little bit quicker with Wendigo, but I just wanted to use that. So here, so this is one annoying thing with this boss, is he does that little blink thing, which is super annoying. And then maybe I should have been using Wendigo there. We might have actually been able to melt him, I'm not sure, because I probably have 6 explosive light shots, because I haven't shot it in a while. But yeah, I was using the sniper instead, which was probably the wrong move. I think Wendigo would have probably finished him off with 6 explosive light shots, and he was weakened. But it doesn't really matter, because Sweet Business just completely overtakes these ads. Again, we've got targeting autoloader going. Now we have Radiant plus Transcendence. So we've got all these buffs. And yeah, we just literally roll through all these enemies. It's so awesome. Wow, a shield throw actually hit. Even though I kind of actually missed that one, but then it hit. Funny how that works. So anyways, I don't know why I'm not shooting my Wendigo, but that would have been the play. So what I should be doing, I guess I threw the melee for Radiant, but I should have just ran out, grabbed an orb for 10 seconds of Radiant with Radiant Orbs, and then used my Wendigo, because GLs are just a little bit safer, because you can actually not have to ADS, so you can see ads that are rushing you. But either way, that was the solo flawless Devil's Lair with Actium War Rig and Sweet Business. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed running it. And if you're still here, thanks for watching to the end, and take care.